On March 13th of this year, an act came to implementation in India after it was passed in 2019, and it is known as Citizenship Amendment Act. Took long enough to execute, but the wait for its execution is not the real reason for the controversy which has been happening around it. For understanding the whole plot, we'll need to first know what does the act imply. CAA, short for Citizenship Amendment Act, is an act passed in 2019 for the minority religious community including Hindus, Sikhs, Buddhists, Jains, Parsis, and Christians who have fled from Muslim majority countries, namely Bangladesh, Afghanistan, and Pakistan, for fear of ill treatment and oppression based on their religion, and they have taken refuge in India. In this case, where there's no place left for these communities to go except to come to India, with the help of this act, they will be given legal Indian citizenship to reside here, provided they escape to India before 31st December 2014, in which case they become eligible for citizenship in 5 years. This is of great significance because before the CAA, any foreign national seeking Indian citizenship through naturalization needed to have spent 11 years in India to become eligible. Now, what is the problem then? The problem is Muslims who have fled due to persecution will have no such privilege. And I'm saying privilege because the Muslim victims of religious persecution in Pakistan, like the Ahmadiyya, Afghanistan, the Hazara, or other neighboring nations, such as the Rohingya in Myanmar, will still need to wait for 11 years before they become eligible for Indian citizenship. And unlike Hindus, Parsis, Sikhs, Buddhists, Jains, and Christians, they need valid documentation to justify their presence in India at the moment. So it has been considered discriminatory against Muslim community. Before coming into effect, the act, when it was passed, has already witnessed massive protests and sectarian violence in which scores were killed, including in capital New Delhi, forcing authorities to delay its implementation. In states like Assam, giving the foreigners the Indian citizenship has itself led to many protests, and it's been a concern from the natives for decades. Critics has several arguments against the CAA, including why the Sri Lanka's or Myanmar's Muslim minority community has not been incorporated into the act. Plus, since the enactment comes just weeks before general elections are about to happen, it is nothing but polarizing voters on religious lines. The law was indeed a key promise in the 2019 election manifesto and has been implemented weeks before Modi seeks a rare third term. However, the government has denied of CAA being anti-Muslim and said protests against the law are politically motivated and spurred by misconceptions, adding that the law is only meant to grant citizenship, not revoke it. The infrequent protests broke out in some parts of the country, including Assam and the southern state of Tamil Nadu, although there have been no reports of damage or violence. In addition to CAA, some Muslims in Assam and West Bengal fear that the law, combined with a proposed National Register of Citizens (NRC), could be used to declare them illegal immigrants from Bangladesh and take away their citizenship. The NRC is a register that is meant to identify and deport illegal immigrants. It has only been implemented in India's northeast state of Assam so far, though the BJP has declared its intent to implement the NRC nationwide. Combined, the CAA and NRC could allow the government to expel all of those deemed illegal migrants and then allow Hindus, Parsis, Sikhs, Buddhists, Jains, and Christians to enter while denying the same opportunity to Muslims. Besides the ongoing sporadic protests and pending positions in the Indian courts against the act, even as it came into effect, the question that is of interest to the beneficiaries now is how will they get their citizenship faster? The Indian government announced that those eligible under the CAA can apply for Indian citizenship using an online portal. Launched by Shah's Home Ministry on Tuesday. A committee headed by the Director of Census Operations will review applications, a government notification on Monday said. The panel will have 7 other members. Also, it's important to understand that although similar to Assam, different student groups are organizing protests burning copies of the law in other regional states, including Meghalaya and Tripura. Many of these groups are opposed to the CAA not because of its allegedly discriminatory nature, but because they oppose the legislation of citizenship status for any foreign nationals altogether. Adios.